Dude, Robbie went from like a weeboo to like a Chad, like real fast. Rob was like, "Hey guys, how you doing today?" To like, "I'm gonna fuck your pussy." Like, dude.
We're gonna be spreading those master cheeks tonight. Let me assure you.
Major, have you watched episode 1?
Watched it. I watched it twice, and I watched the after show just for the podcast.
We're gonna see what happens. 3, 2, 1.
Trump comes out of the Situation Room and he walks down that fucking tunnel like he gives a press conference like he's giving a post-game NBA. He just goes,
Zeitgeist Zealots
is dead. He died like a dog.
Hey everyone, this is Zeitgeist Zealots, here with...
Forrest.
Major.
And I'm Robbie.
This is actually ZPR, Zeitgeist
Did a little
Public
different,
Radio.
so we did a little differently, so I think we all got a little confused of who was coming up when.
Welcome to All Things Considered. We're considering the first 2 episodes of Halo Season 2 today.
And I figured out I think I've been using my mic all wrong this whole time.
Well, live and learn.
That's what she said.
Okay. I guess the mic's like a metaphor for
Yes. You don't
you
have to spell it out. Yes. The listeners at home know exactly what the microphone represents.
I'm learning. So let's talk about
learning.
Did we want to jump right into Halo, or
we got some news. We got some
All right.
news we gotta discuss.
Brand new.
And we're recording this time, right?
Yes, we are recording this time. Listeners, shout out to all the new ones. See, our subscribers just keep growing and growing. It's so exciting. Our channel on YouTube. Thank you for everyone who's watching the shorts, who's commenting, who's giving a thumbs up. We really appreciate or a thumbs down. Fuck you. The interactions still count. It all feeds the almighty algorithm. We appreciate it so much, guys.
Oh, can you see the thumbs down on your
your end? Oh yeah, I can. I get a percentage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't see the thumbs down.
I
but
hate that they took that away.
There's allegedly there's a Chrome browser for it, so you can see the thumbs down.
Yeah, I have downloaded that.
Nice. But yeah, it was.
I wonder if they get it from somewhere, or how accurate it is.
The EU, that's a great question. It's all made up. That'd be fantastic. It's all AI generated. A good segue into our first news topic here. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about is Star Wars. Are you missing it yet? At all?
No.
No? Robbie, you missing Star Wars?
Honestly.
Would you? All right. Well, that's well, good because it's not coming out for a couple more years.
Flush that turd down the drain.
Yeah. Mandalorian and Grogu movie isn't come. It has been delayed till 2026 now. So I guess hopefully
I would see some Mandalorian.
You would see that. But would you see the Mandalorian if it had Boba Fett and Ahsoka and Obi-Wan in it and Andor? Yeah,
even though he's dead.
Yeah, even though the timelines don't all match up, like it's still somehow.
Well, hey, maybe
I guess it'll
be the multiverse, the Star Wars multiverse, because death doesn't matter anymore. Because you can just go to another alternate universe and just find the person who died and bring that actor back. So death means nothing.
We mock it, but that's probably what's going to happen at some point. They're going to use that world between worlds or whatever.
Or we'll see Andor's Force Ghost, even though he wasn't a Jedi.
I hope so. You know what we saw recently? Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor, on his metaphorical knees begging fans for them to reach out to Disney and ask for Obi-Wan Season 2. So I thought we could all do that right now. Disney, on behalf of Zeitgeist Zealots, please do not make a season 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Season 1 was so fucking bad. You ruined such an easy fucking character, an amazing character, an amazing actor. Yeah. You ruined it with a terrible story, plot. There's no canonically 1 second Darth Vader's using flames, now he's against flames. Well, it's so fucking stupid. So please do not make a season 2. We will not review it. Zeitgeist Zealots will not review season 2. Don't fucking make it, Disney.
Give the people what they want. Season 1 of Kid Leia.
I remember there was one part that kind of bugged me. That wasn't there a gate that he cut through that he totally could have just walked around.
Yes.
There's
what about the Leia scene when she outran 3 grown-ass men, including Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, if we all remember that. I will give them one credit, though, and I know people, go ahead and give me a thumbs down on this, but the trench coat scene when Obi-Wan is sneaking little Leia out in the trench coat, nah, dude, I laughed so hard. I was like, oh, right, this is a kid's show. All right, Star Wars was made for kids.
That was like Peter Griffin and Lois sneaking to the school auditorium in like a giant trench coat. And you just see like a giant tall Peter in a trench coat, and he goes to the door. Then you see Peter and Lois like, let's go behind that guy.
Well, so maybe we might actually be in luck here, not because they're listening to us, but they just might not actually have any money. I don't know if you heard about this last week, February 7th, Disney announced plans to acquire $1.5 billion in Epic Games. That's a lot of cheese. So prepare for Fortnite to become super woke. Make sure all your bullets are rainbow. All your bullets are gonna have rainbows on them. Because Disney bought $1.5 billion worth of Epic Games.
I totally forgot that. Go back to Obi-Wan real quick. I really forgot that Flea was in that show, but I thought it'd be hilarious if he just like goes crazy on the bass with that band from was it the Cantina in A New Hope? You know, the dun, 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 and just have Flea there like on
he's
his
just
bass,
slapping
like,
around.
going,
That'd be so great. Hey,
maybe someone should edit that in.
You want to talk about how woke culture is killing our childhood? You know, they changed it from jizz music to something else now. It's no longer called.
Music? Wait, what?
So in the cantina, that that's called
jizz.
It's called jizz music. Wait, how do you guys not know this? Yeah, it's called jizz music. But they changed that.
I don't spend 20 hours a day on Wikipedia.
Well, you have the most obscure random facts out of anyone I've ever met for. So,
yeah, I'm probably on Marvel fandom more than Wikipedia, but
well,
yeah.
The more you know. It's called Jizz. It was called Jizz music. Now it's canceled.
What did they change?
Now it's called Juzz.
Did they have a new name for it?
Now it's called like whale music.
J-U-Z-Z, Juzz, because they just changed the vowel like they did for jazz to jizz. Now Juzz, and then Jaws.
Jizz was an upbeat, swinging genre of music, most notably played by Feargun Dan and the Modal Nodes and the Max Rebo Band. Oh, now it's called Jats now. They changed it to Jats. G-A-T-Z.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Well,
so no, not cool. Lame. Anyway, just to wrap up some news on a high note. What if I said there's blood in the water, and the comic book superhero industry is getting a little bit desperate, in my opinion. Because recently, and I mean just hot off the press, guys, as in like we tried to record this podcast yesterday and we didn't even talk about this news. This is newly added to the outline. Let's go, guys.
Ooh, right. Woo.
Marvel and DC have set to republish their crossovers, including their Amalgamum series. Pretty cool. For all you nerds out there, if anyone cares.
Well, I guess we're gonna see Batman high five Wolverine, then get his hand pierced by his claws. I don't know. I think I'm
buying them for sure. One to read, one for an investment.
Actually, I really want to see Batman meet Moon. I really want to see Batman meet Moon Knight and be like, dude, what the fuck?
I want to meet the writers of Moon Knight and be like, dude, what the fuck?
Well, just because in the comics, Moon Knight's basically just the same as Batman.
I know. And in real life, the TV show was terrible.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, let's move on to...
and then I guess I just want to remind everyone that George R.R. Martin was upset with fans that we hated stuff. Because that's going to come up later on, probably. But let's dive into Halo, guys. Sanctuary, episode 1, season 2, directed by Debs Patterson.
I think she directed the second episode too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she did.
So great
So
I mean,
what do we
great,
think overall?
I think.
Let's talk about it.
Well, I really when we talked about this yesterday, I forgot to like watch like the recap or like because I think at the end of the last season, didn't like Master Chief like give up his body to Cortana and he just became like a giant killing Cortana meatbag.
He like lost his consciousness. It was like
then,
the end of John.
And
then they were just taking. Yeah, then they were just suddenly removing him. Removing Cortana
because when they put into his brain in season 1, it was like some blue goo. It's like all the blue goo out of his brain, I guess, and now he's Cortana free.
That's how the
there was
season
some
opens
pieces
up.
missing there.
Oh, they definitely had to do some retconning because there was like they wrote themselves into a corner. I guess like there's like what did the writers seriously think we wanted to see a season 2 where Cortana was the Master Chief? Is that what they really fucking thought that we wanted? Thank goodness they pivoted. And I have no problem with that.
They should have written themselves into a space ring called Halo, which is what we all wanted to see.
So we opened up with Master Chief having the actual surgery.
I guess that's just what
Cortana
fixed him.
It'd been funny if they were like really
taking
like receptive to what the fans said, and then you see he's like naked on like the operating table. He still has his helmet on. Like, there you go, fans. He's like butt naked without his helmet.
Then you can't see the tear come down.
We got a shower scene without seeing his buttocks. So I think they are listening to the fans.
No Master Cheeks.
No Master Cheeks.
I'm pretty sure his agent was like, "All right, it's an extra $1 million per cheek. If you want to see a cheek, I pay him extra $2 million."
What is this, the Titanic?
Yeah. So so they're the opening battle. They were on some planet that was about to get glassed.
Some planet sanctuary.
Yes, which was not a sanctuary. It was a misnomer. Not a sanctuary at all. It was actually a death trap.
It was an outer planet. So it seems like those people had been relocated once before already. And so like the long and short of it is that the Covenant are attacking the outer planets, and Sanctuary is one of them. Reach is another one. They mentioned a couple others that we'll talk about here.
Yeah,
in passing.
And the lady who worked at Whole Foods, she didn't want to leave the planet with her cult. So,
hey, I get it. I hate moving, right? The packing, you take all of your shit that's nice and you put it in a box and you take it and then you move that box and you take it out of the box and you have to move it back into the place where it was. Like, it's awful, man. It's terrible. I hate it. I hate moving. I get it. I'd call bullshit too.
I think she just had to move her body. You know, like I think the clothes on her back were the only thing she needed. She just had to
run. Like, I guess at the end of the episode, she just literally had to get on the ship. Fuck her belongings. But at the beginning,
we also we learned that Vanek likes to watch Animal Planet.
Now that he took his back pill out.
Yep. I watch programs with animals and shit.
And also, for those who like the episode, in the declassified Halo Declassified After episode or whatever, there's a short little segment with the actor.
Talking Ring.
With the actor, and he talks about like how that's his favorite scene, and he kind of goes into the emotion behind it. And it's really
his only scene.
It's really good. Well, it's his favorite.
That's his only scene. I wondered, like, to prepare for that role, he watched like 40 hours of Animal Planet. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, he gets really into his role.
I like to think he played all the video games and read all the books, and then he's like, "All right, I got two lines."
The writers didn't.
No, but you know who did is a new character we'll talk about here pretty soon. Not to jump ahead, but that's Akerson, the actor who played Akerson, actually grew up playing the video games, so that's kind of cool. It's a shame his character wasn't in the video games, so that doesn't fucking help at all. But
maybe he
can point out
he's like
stuff on
maybe
set.
maybe he's Guilty Spark in a flesh suit, like he's just like, it's just the head. But
I'd be Guilty Spark.
I don't know what else he could be.
Why don't you work on that theory and come back?
Yeah, not my best theory.
So the Master Chief's got to go rescue 9 Marines, and he's got a grappling hook now. That's pretty cool. Infinite,
spoiler,
Halo Infinite coming in.
Halo 8 of those Marines don't get rescued.
No. Why don't they get rescued?
Because they get killed by the elites.
Yes.
Yeah. I sort of thought like they might introduce the flood because they sort of like got like grabbed from like high. So I thought like some sort of like tentacle had grabbed them.
So yeah, there's like there's a bunch of fog, right? And we did see a couple Marines, and
or were they invisible and just
they were
invisible?
They were invisible. That's what it was in the end. They were invisible. But I thought it was the flood too.
But it did look like something was grabbing
like,
them though.
Yeah, what was it like the grave mine? The grave mine has the tentacles.
Right.
He's like the leader of the flood. So yeah, I guess they're not going to introduce the flood until next season at the very, because I'm hoping they're going to like destroy Reach this season and then do fucking Halo in season 3.
So
is the Arbiter going to be in this?
I'll say this much.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
Is he after Halo? I mean, after
He's
the flood
2,
in Halo.
He's Halo 2, but
yeah,
the
so he was after.
The Arbiter is a title; it's not a character. But the character we saw in Halo 2 had just taken on the mantle of Arbiter, but it's like an ancient title in the Covenant.
But he's our Arbiter.
I don't know if it's going to be our Arbiter. It might be like the Arbiter before the Arbiter we know from Halo 2 and 3.
Probably canonically it has to be because we haven't even got to the Halo yet. So we can't get to Halo 2.
The character that I'm referring to is the Arbiter.
Yeah, but that jump scare got me. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was good. R.I.P. Private Rand. Poor went out for it.
They're definitely saving money by keeping the elites shrouded in fog.
And invisible. Yo, hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
If that helps us get one more fight scene, let them all be invisible. It just makes sense. Why wouldn't they all use invisibility?
The writers just like the fans don't want to see this shit. They want to see meetings with the chief with his helmet off.
Hey, they did a good job showing a badass intro to hook you. They had to have put most of their budget into just that fog scene.
That was a really good fucking scene.
It was.
I'll
give them that.
I knew this would fucking happen, so I wanted to bring this up in the very beginning. Why did this happen? Because we fucking had this episode yesterday. We did this whole episode yesterday.
I know.
I actually want to come to the defense of George R.R. Martin now. I think he's right. I think you guys need to shut the fuck up. All right?
Yeah.
I think if Halo was on HBO, you guys wouldn't be talking about these conference room scenes with like such despair or whatever, right? It would be given like the same kind of love that we gave like the round table scenes of Game of Thrones. Like it's building up lore and context and like, yeah, of course.
There is a lot of just chatter in Game of Thrones.
Everyone wanted just fucking and dragons in Game of Thrones. But there was talking. And you had to sit through the talking. This is interesting. It can be interesting, but we shit on it.
I mean,
we shit on it every single episode because it's on Paramount Plus, a terrible fucking streaming app. I give you that. But if this was on HBO Max, if this was on Prestige TV, like Apple TV, I bet you we would be talking like, oh, the gravitas of these conference room scenes and how we actually, man, I don't know. Sometimes the dialogue does suck.
Seen the reviews? Have you seen the reviews for Night Country on HBO? Not that great. So something being on HBO does not automatically mean it's going to be celebrated and loved.
That's true.
And I want to say like the small council scenes from Game of Thrones actually like forward the plot. And they're a lot more interesting because all the characters in the books have had so much background put into them by George R. Martin. And I agree, George R. Martin should finish that last Halo book that he's been working on for 20 years.
Finish it.
It's just like
he just pivots to Halo.
It's just sex scenes with Cortana. That's all I can write. He's like writing with one hand.
I don't writing with one hand. Oh god.
I don't know. Does he still use like? I think he uses like a classic typewriter. I think because he's got to be all retro and stuff.
Yeah. Tap.
I would hope he uses a computer, but I don't know. You know, George R. Martin wrote like a book that's very similar to Metalocalypse. It's like about like a metal.
Really? He's written a bunch of
it's
stuff.
Like he wrote a book about a metal band that's like their music is supposed to bring about the apocalypse or something like that. But it's like I remember reading that and I was like, that's Metalocalypse. I wonder if like what's his name, Brendan Small stole that idea.
Or were they like Death Clock?
I don't know. I haven't read the book. It's like apparently the book was a massive failure, and maybe like Brendan Small like found out about it.
Good.
Like, let me make it like a metal band. But
I hope
throw some comedy into it.
I hope no one buys George R. R. Martin's books and like just as a boycott until he writes the the next Winds of Winter, right? In the Song of Ice and Fire. Boycott it. Don't buy his shit. Don't watch his new TV shows. He's got one task. He's got 2 jobs. Take Ozempic and finish the fucking series. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Let's get back to Halo.
Let's finish this series.
Yeah. So everyone's waiting for the Master Chief to get back to the ship, and then Master Chief
meet the hackers. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
How they were just waiting, looking at the fog, right where he's going to show up.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the old lady. And
who you were talking about? Or...
Yeah, the lady shaman and.
Yeah, the Whole Foods employee. Yeah.
And she's like, steady yourself. You're going to die soon. And I was like, not if Zeitgeist.
Or she was like, I have seen your death.
I have seen your death. I was like, not if Zeitgeist Zealots has anything to do about that.
Yeah, Paramount's going to cancel this. That's what she meant.
That's what they're setting it up for. But not if we have anything to do about this, guys. If we can keep this viewership up through our shorts and our podcast, if you guys at home will watch this, we can make this old lady eat her words. Let's do this.
Maybe his metaphorical death.
And then
the death of his credit history. I don't know. Maybe he takes out a loan he can't afford to pay back, so his credit history dies. Maybe that's what she meant by his death. Who knows? I'm just spitballing here. So yeah.
And then right before we get the intro of the Halo, the season 2 intro. Right, we just saw this awesome fight scene. We saw some glassing of the planet. We're like, holy shit. Halo 2 is Halo. And then the writers just had to sneak in a quick, fuck you. Don't get your hopes too high, because he takes his helmet off right before we get to the title scene. So I was just like, okay, so this is still just Halo.
His helmet was off in the very first scene. Remember, he was on the operating table?
Yeah, but that was different. He's not gonna operate with the helmet on, bro. What? That doesn't make any sense.
That was my idea.
No, I know that was your idea, and that was hilarious. But they're not literally gonna operate with his helmet on while he's naked. He's not gonna be. He's a never nude.
Don't you know they literally plug Cortana into the back?
He's showering.
It's all in his helmets.
He's showering with a helmet on.
Yeah, if they were smart, they should just put Cortana in the helmet. Why would they put him in the head? Dumbasses.
Yeah.
And she's with you everywhere.
Well,
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like when he's taking a dump, because I don't think Spartans have sex. I mean, they do in this show.
Yeah, now you get your pill on.
Yeah. So they meet the new boss, and he's a dick, and he doesn't believe Master Chief.
Yeah. So John meets Ackerson, who seems like a really nice guy. Watch the Declassified. That's the guy I was talking about. Who,
bullshit.
Plays. He grew up playing all the video games. I'm not saying that's the reason why he seems like a nice guy. It was a good interview. But at least he played the video games growing up.
Yeah, so I don't trust him. I mean, I think we know that's
as a character or as an actor. I don't trust him as a character.
I don't trust him as an actor. I think
he's British, so you shouldn't.
I think he might be working for ISIS. Just put it out there. Never know. I'm like 38% sure. So
I'll take those odds.
Okay, so let's just get the Soren storyline over with, because I hated it and I just want to be done with it.
Let's do the whole Soren. Let's just soar through the Soren plot line.
I'm still sore about it. I haven't watched it.
There's too many puns just bleeding from the eyes.
So Soren is still the pirate king, and they had some weird British ringmaster circus recently fired circus employee was running the show, and they had Iron Fist come in, and they were going to sell them off. So apparently Soren's a slaver, so it's kind of messed up. Doesn't really make us like his character more.
He's a mob boss. I'm not sure we're supposed to be in love with him.
But Tony Soprano didn't have slaves.
Right.
So,
but
I mean,
to be fair, they're not slaves; they're indentured servants. They changed the wording.
Gotcha, bitch. Has to go find houses. I can't hear y'all. I need to come.
Uh-oh.
Robbie got him so hard he fucking had to leave.
So welcome back to the Soren Show.
Don't be so sore from Robbie ripping on you. That was a good burn.
Gotcha, bitch. So, yeah, he gets kidnapped by Iron Fist, and then he's arrested. What else happened? Oh yeah, Quan came back, which the character we all love.
Yes, we love Quan, who's apparently on Soren's planet now, which is great because if that planet could just get attacked by the Covenant, we would just kill all the storylines that we don't care about.
Exactly. Yeah, and then what else happened? Oh yeah, Makee came back.
Makee.
So she had to come back for more of that master dick. All
right, so back to the Spartans.
Yeah, back to the Spartans. I mean,
there's some weird shit.
Yeah, what else happened? I forgot.
There's some weird shit going on. Perez is getting an award that she doesn't deserve.
Oh, right? That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. What did I get it for? Surviving.
Yeah, basically, right. And they gave.
They're showing up.
The UNSC gave all.
But they're trying to make it seem super heroic to the public, basically.
Right, and they gave Perez all of the credit that the Spartans did. They said Perez saved all of the civilians and stuff when it was the Spartans.
Doesn't their new boss seem like someone who would work for Vought?
Yeah.
Yes, he's very slimy. He seems very. Season 1, who is that one? The other slimy guy.
Have you had any mental issues recently?
He's like, have you
jump into that with?
Yeah. Have you been hallucinating? Because we know you've been hallucinating.
Yeah,
because
we saw you flipping out.
We have your helmet. We have the audio from your helmet. We heard you say.
We saw everything.
Yeah, except for what you actually saw.
Oh yeah,
what hallucinating?
All that tech, you would think he'd have a camera showing what everything that's going on.
I mean, it's 2024. Every cop's got a body cam. Why wouldn't Spartans? Right? Every Tesla has a body cam. Why wouldn't Spartans?
He's already looking through He's got all this. Well, it's not really. It's still
digital. Yeah, it's a HUD.
Yeah.
It's a heads up.
At first, I was going to say he's looking through his screen, but that's us. Not...
Yeah, no, that's just a prop.
Vision.
He's still looking.
In real life, those are snowboarding
heads
goggles.
Up display.
But in the show, it's a heads up display.
Yeah.
So the Silver Team has been sidelined by Akerson because he thinks Master Chief is crazy and hiding something. So until the Master Chief admits that something's wrong with him, he's not going to clear the Silver Team for combat, which comes in. That's very important later on.
He sends the Cobalt Team to die.
Yeah, R.I.P. Cobalt Team. Maybe we'll get to that.
Maybe.
I remember Halo 1 had the Cobalt armor, which is just blue, but that was Church's armor. It was blue, the Cobalt blue. So that was a funny little nod to that, but that was even their intention. Apparently, we saw some other Spartans though. These opening episodes, we saw another team, the Cobalt Team.
Right.
I think these are the first. These are
assholes.
The Spartans. Yeah.
Classic trope where it reminds me of Tacoma PD. Really, just any kind of sitcom that's a basic trope where there's an A team and a B team, and they're sharing the same facilities. They're never BFFs, right? There's always some kind of rivalry between the two of them.
Absolutely, but yet he wants to go save them.
Oh, I mean, because John's the Master Chief, right? I mean,
he's master over all of them.
Hero, right? Yeah, hell yeah, he is.
I'm getting episode 1 and 2 mixed together, but because Makee didn't show back up until episode 2, right?
She showed up in the fog, and then she shows up in episode 2.
At the very end.
But no, if you want to, if I can remind you a little bit, John goes to a seedy little strip club. Towards the end.
Brothel.
Right, that's so weird. And just he makes the AI look like Cortana, and then Cortana.
First takes his helmet off. Now he's like a creep. So.
He's just trying to do a therapy session. He's trying to.
I can relate to him now, but still no.
I can relate to him. And then he tells her not to talk. And dude, I just looked at my wife and I was like, Alpha! This is so fucking funny.
Did I say you can talk?
Did I say you can talk?
Slap the hologram.
And then he pays her more. What a simp. Right? Fresh and Fit would be mad. Brian from whatever would be mad.
At first, I thought he was
Aaron Tate,
but he turned everything off. Though.
Yeah, Aaron Tate would be mad. Andrew Tate, is that what you mean?
Yeah, I said Andrew Tate.
They said
Aaron. I mean Andrew. I think I said Aaron first. Like,
yeah. I thought you said Aaron Tate. I was like, yeah, Aaron Tate, the third brother.
I was thinking of that GTA modded video where it's like Andrew Tate catches Master Chief respecting women, and he just like runs her over and like runs out of the car, starts beating you up. Yeah. Play that clip. So,
and then the episode ends with Soren's crew returning home and finding out and Soren's family finding out that Soren's not with them. Oh, did we mention in your haste to move over the Soren storyline? You forgot to mention that Soren got arrested by Rand.
No, I mentioned that.
Did you? Well, I fell asleep because that storyline's so boring.
Yeah. So, let's move on to episode 2. It's over with.
Episode 2, Swords, who I think, if I heard correctly, was directed by Debs Patterson.
It's your girl Debs.
Oh, Debs, how you doing, Debs? Great episode. Lots of talking.
Nice homage to Rogue One with the elite. He just like, all right, let's go forward, Silver Team. And they go, not a Silver Team, but like the Marines that are in are just like, all right, basically he says like 5 guys and they all get slaughtered. All right, I'll send another 5 guys and see what happens.
just keep sending it. Come on, 5 more.
And then he's like killed. Yeah.
But we open up with Halsey being served some tea and playing some.
Oh, that's right. Halsey's back.
With
and she's still killing children. So, nothing there. At least your character arc is,
consistent. There's no arc. It's just a straight line. Killing children the whole time.
Murdering children.
But this time,
it doesn't feel the least bit bad about it.
This time, she definitely does not feel bad about it. In fact, sometimes she rushes the process. But she kills her servant girl named. Later on, we find out her name is Julia, who is a clone and gets a nosebleed, which I'm guessing is an aneurysm. And just dies every time that Halsey asks about
luckily
the Happy
her
Man.
Explode. At least her head didn't explode like in Gen V.
Yeah, right. You gotta say that CGI bug.
I wonder if Halo could even like go that violent. It's like is it in A or is it TV-14? It's not a super violent show. I mean, we see. Yeah. I don't know. But we got to talk about Riz, or the female Spartan who had like no character development last season, is finally getting some character development, and she is training with a blind Spartan, who I think was the dude who played Tobias Whale on Black Lightning. Ever watch that show?
No.
Don't. As when the CW
Black
had, like,
Lightning, How was that show? Terrible.
I think it was all. Yeah,
it's TV. It was like TV-14.
It was basically just like a cable, a cheap cable knockoff of Luke Cage is what it was trying to be.
Bummer. I was hoping it would be like a IRL Static Shock. That was such a good show back in the day.
Yeah, even though Static Shock is basically a ripoff of Black Lightning. So what's his face? Yeah, Riz. The Spartan apparently went blind because he didn't tell anyone he was going blind.
Yes, he went blind. Right. He went blind from the Spartan augmentation. Right, so he just wanted to be a Spartan for as long as he could. So he was starting to lose his vision.
Well, he might have been a Spartan longer.
Use all his other senses.
If he just like gone like a certain point without optometry, he could have been a Spartan for a bit longer. I feel.
Probably.
Don't they have Neuralink?
Pretty good, right? Just have Cortana. Just like Cortana could just. I feel like could just direct him, right? Yeah. Shoot. 11 o'clock. Flood on your backside. I don't know. There's practice with it. They could do well. But you know who needs some practice with their person skills, and that's both John and Ackerson.
It's as non-sexual as you can imagine.
I thought you meant the masseuse.
Who's the masseuse?
Who massaged Riz, and then she's like starts crying. He's like, I can massage away your pain, or something like that. It was like really weird.
No, I didn't include that in my notes. It must have been.
He's a Spartan physical therapist or a Spartan massage therapist. He gave Master Chief a happy ending.
Oh,
That wasn't deleted. That wasn't deleted.
I must have gotten distracted. That's probably why I didn't include that in my notes there. If they're giving a happy ending, holy
and yes,
shit.
the helmet was on. So,
and the helmet was on.
Well, he's gonna massage. Yeah. Yeah, Ackerson and Master Chief. Ackerson was being a dick to Master Chief, and he's like, "I'm in charge." He's like, "I'll go over your head." He's like, "No, you won't." He's like, "Okay, I won't."
Mm-hmm.
And then they go off to find Cobalt Team, which they're still on Reach. And the Covenant is on Reach too.
No, are they on Reach right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reach is the Coruscant of the Halo universe until it's not.
Right. I wasn't sure if Master Chief was on Reach right now.
That's a Reach. Yeah. No, he's on Reach, and so are the Covenant.
No. Well, that's not good.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
That was my exact reaction. Like, oh, that's not good. In like the most monotone, stoic voice.
Oh, that's not good.
That's.
I guess I'll keep watching.
So yeah, we gotta find out if I'm guessing Soren's
basically
come back to the picture.
I mean, yeah, he got arrested, so he's gonna go off in his own little B plot or C plot. I guess it's still B plot. To find out, what happens with him. But I do wonder how that'll tie into the rest of. Maybe they'll get him onto Reach. Being arrested will get him onto Reach, and then he'll team back up with the Master Chief.
Because Master Chief is gonna be the only Spartan left after Reach, right? Right.
I think so. I think there's a couple left, but I think he's like the main one. I mean, I read the books
Jedi
20 years ago.
Only Yoda and Obi-Wan were supposed to survive after Order 66, but as we find out, there's like literally 80 other Jedi.
Just 80 of them. Just. I mean, it's a big. To be fair, it's a big galaxy. But you're right.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be.
I would think that Palpatine was like, the whole point of Episode 3 was to bring balance to the Force. Only 2 Sith, only 2 Jedi. And as we're finding out, that was complete bullshit because they keep adding all these Jedi characters.
Well, they also added a bunch of Sith characters. They added the Inquisitors.
But is it 50-50? I know, it just doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like, well, we gotta keep it balanced. So we're adding new Jedi characters.
Yeah, they added shitty Inquisitors. They added shitty Ahsoka. There's balance in the Force. Like poetry. It smells bad. It stinks.
So, did we cover everything? I mean, Quan had a dog tag.
Oh, see, John goes to Perez's house, and again.
Oh yeah.
On Paramount Plus, we would be like, "This is a shitty scene," blah blah blah. But if this was on HBO, if this was Game of Thrones, we'd be like, "Oh, what a heartfelt scene with great dialogue, and you can really dive into the characters, and you see more about Perez, and you get to meet her family, and you see how like it's a little bit like you dive into." No, so I guess just guys, just take it with a grain of salt.
Paramount Plus.
Yeah, but it's on Paramount Plus, so we hate it, right? So it's not premium TV. It's a waste of our time. We want a $300 million television show. I just want to play Halo 1. I want to see someone else play Halo 1. Just have Pablo
give us the nostalgia we asked
Just
for.
have Pablo run through and play Halo 1. I guess that's really all we're really asking for. Isn't that right, guys? Fuck dialogue, right? George Lucas, Star Wars, all the Congress scenes, the Senate scenes, fuck them all, right? We just want action. Forget dialogue. I guess that's what we've come to. Can at least be good dialogue? No. TikTok brains, we don't want any dialogue. We just want action.
You didn't like the video game fan asking what Master Chief scored on, what was it, Spartan?
No, that was great. What's your KDR? No. Asking a real Spartan what their kill death ratio is on a Halo game is pretty meta. I really enjoyed it. That was good. He's like, oh shit, no, he's a real Spartan. Holy shit.
Next scene is Master Chief in the hologram brothel with like headphones on, drinking Mountain Dew, playing the actual Spartan. Call Spartan.
Sponsored by Code Red.
Yeah. I think I just saw Code Red, and I mean they still make it right, but they like so many flavors Mountain Dew now that I can't even like keep up.
Oh wait, no.
It's like literally.
I do have in my notes. You just skipped ahead a little bit. Riz does go to some voodoo healer for her shoulder or her arm. Yeah. And then no. So the only reason I wrote this down in my notes is because the camera shots, like he's like behind her and he like moves his arm down and then she makes like some kind of weird face. And he's like popping her back or whatever. But the camera shot makes it look like he sticks a finger up her butt. I'll try to add it in here if I can find it online. But dude, it's such a funny scene. It's worth watching just to see that part. Exactly. Oh, speaking of a finger up your butt, ladies and gentlemen, it is Tip.
Whoa. 2 hours later.
What's up? How is D&D? I didn't know you guys were
doing a podcast. What's up with that?
All right, Seinfeld.
Hey, Tip.
What's the deal?
What's the deal with podcasts?
What's the deal with Master Chief?
He's not a master. He's not a chief. Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Just in time.
Well, Tip. Let's see.
Zeitgeist.
So would you watch Halo, Tip?
It's on Paramount Plus.
I remember playing Halo back in the day with the pistol and with the scope on it.
Nice.
After they took away the scope, I just lost interest. I was like, I can't play this game. That's all I want to do is shoot people.
So
with the
Tip dipped out of Halo 1.
I was addicted to headshots. It's all I could aim for. Forget body shots. It's not fun.
But then you got the battle rifle.
Well, Tip was a Diablo kid.
Actually, you're right, Robbie. You are right with the VR.
That's what the battle rifle was.
Well, no, he wasn't a Diablo. He was a Diablo. That's what you call.
He was a Diablo for sure. But
no Diablo.
StarCraft.
Diablo. You're saying Diablo?
I was a DIY bro mostly.
Okay, nice. I hope you made some nice cabinets. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know. Yeah. So I don't remember anything else from the episode that's significant.
I mean, that was it. At the end of the episode, John learns about Cobalt's flight path. That there's 2 active missions, 1 unknown mission on Reach, and that Cobalt never left the planet. That's what made me think that they were on a different planet than Reach. That's why I was confused earlier. But Silver Team goes after Cobalt, and Kai asks John if they're clear for combat, and he lies and says that they are. Oh, no, I've got here in my notes. The Covenant are on Reach. Yeah. No, so probably knew that yesterday.
Good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
And then we get the epic scene from the trailer where the Marines are going down a dark hallway. Like, where are the flashlights on these guys' guns? And it's like
they have night vision, dude.
It's like, is it night vision?
Did they lose power in that hallway? What?
They just feed the soldiers lots of carrots, so their night vision's really good.
They just ran in, like, wave 1, all killed. Wave 2.
The rations.
Yeah, and how about that guy who was like, all right, team 1, go in there. Then they all get cut down. All right, team 1, go in there.
Team 2, go.
I'd be like, fuck that.
I'm like, can we just all shoot in a straight line first? Like, can we just shoot?
The guy was like,
how about you throw a grenade?
Anything.
Yeah.
And then we find at the very end that McKee is definitely alive.
Anyone upset
that this show will be back this Thursday, and we will watch the next episode.
We only have a 2-day reprieve from Halo. I'm so sad, but we waited a long ass time to do this one. So
I'm just
It's just the recording schedule we have, plus or minus technical difficulty or 2.
So, Tip, I didn't realize RFK was running for president as an independent. I saw his campaign commercial on.
Oh, that came out a long time ago now.
Yeah, no idea he was running for president. I mean, independent. But do you think it's gonna be the Ross Perot, Bush, Clinton situation?
Hopefully, it'll siphon off people from both parties.
Are we talking about RFK?
Have a third? Yeah. Oh yeah, Major's done some RFK research
if we want to talk about RFK. I did it. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., God bless his soul, went on the Joe Rogan podcast. I mean, a couple of buddies spent like 3 or 4 months fact checking him. We did a whole podcast. It's on YouTube.
How much of it came out?
It was, I think, about about 60% of it came out, but before YouTube shut us down.
You know, major.
Well, I meant how much?
Thumbnails for this video.
Dang! But how much turned out correct? I meant.
If I had to put a it's hard to say because like you're on a podcast, right? And if you exaggerate,
oh yeah, and you're gonna get just
if you exaggerate a little
quoted
bit
with that number.
Exactly. If you exaggerate a little bit, right? So if I say like lead poisoning kills a lot of kids, what is a lot? Right? What is oh god, right? Yeah, please don't flag me. I'm just right, yeah. So it's hard to say, but I would say roughly he's telling the truth more than he's not, right? I would say 75% accurate, and I would say 80 to 85% plausible, right?
Okay, hold on. What quantifies a lot of kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many digits?
What qualifies the what?
3 digits.
How many digits?
I didn't hear this.
I would say a lot. You have to look at it from a statistical point of view.
Major, what would Catherine Halsey consider a lot of dead kids?
A billion. Yeah, the same number as Pfizer, probably. Johnson & Johnson, maybe. I will say, though, I also have his book on
woman from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
On Fauci. There's a couple things to highlight here since we're on not mainstream media, I guess independent. If we're going to talk news for a second here, RFK Jr. has some he's not anti-vaccine. Like, you can go online, look it up. He'll talk. He talks about it. He's not anti-vaccine. He's pro-curious. He's got fucking questions.
There is some
vaccines.
Of that stuff that it's exaggerated, or they'll take something out of context.
So stupid. He's got questions about vaccines. He's got questions about studies, and all of a sudden,
if you listen to the long form stuff,
exactly,
instead of just a headline, you get so much more.
That's so stupid. Like, if you're like,
here's the problem, though. So, yeah. I mean, not to get too into it, but populations are very finicky, and like, bad shit happens. So like, systems are very fragile. We pretend that they're very stable. So unfortunately, the truth of the matter is, yes, he might be right about a lot of shit, but the fact is, we just kind of have to be like, oh, okay, and move on. Because even if he is right, and they were to claim culpability, suddenly the trust in the system breaks down. Suddenly people stop spending money the way they used to. And then all of a sudden, the economy collapses. There's a run on the banks, and fucking all hell breaks loose. And then are like starving en masse because of some weird supply, like fucked up shit. So you got to be really, really careful about what you say in governance, because that's honestly what got his family members killed. Was they're like, hey, let me try and buck the system. But like, there's intricacies about shit that at least philosophically speaking, and also economically speaking, that are just really too complex and convoluted for, normal discussion. I mean, we could dissect it here.
Normal discussion.
We can't discuss it.
Yeah.
We can discuss it on another episode. Well, convoluted complex, we're going to say it for another episode.
I will. Let me just wrap up with this. RFK, what I was trying to say, not anti-vax. He has questions about vaccines. 74% of television ad revenue, right? What pays the bills for your TV cable companies, right? Comes from big pharma.
Pharmaceutical.
Right? Yeah. So they're not going to allow news to talk about RFK, who is anti-big pharma, when big pharma is paying for it. You don't bite the hand that feeds. Does that make sense? So that's why you're not hearing about RFK. That's why... and I don't know, I've only been talking about RFK for like 6 months, dude. I'm in love with this guy. Dude,
so that was your favorite Super Bowl commercial?
No, I actually wasn't in love with that. I thought he could have done a lot better. That wasn't from RFK though. That was from a super PAC who likes RFK, who acknowledged that most boomers don't know that RFK is running for office. RFK Jr. is running for office.
know.
So that was a callback to JFK campaign, right? So he's reaching out for the boomers, and I get that the super PAC did that, okay? I understand it. And it wasn't like a bad ad, right? But should he have done an ad where he just did push-ups and then showed a video of Donald Trump and Biden stumbling over words and like making shit up and falling down ramps and falling up fucking stairs? Yes, that's what I would have done. That's what I would have done. He's doing incline bench press. He's ripping it out, and then like he's doing incline bench press.
Seeing all that side by side,
and then you just have Biden falling off of a fucking bicycle, and then you just have him doing push-ups.
The last press conference.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He's like curling. He's like, oh yeah.
His initials shouldn't be RFK. They should be HGH.
Or TRT, right? Or vote for me.
And that's the last joke of the podcast.
That's right, guys. Thank you so much for listening.
I hope he wins presidency, quite frankly, because his ideas.
Forces like, shut up and let's end the podcast.
What doesn't make any sense is everyone in the fucking country is like, I don't want to vote for an 80-year-old. Well, there's a perfectly great candidate. There's a goddamn Kennedy running for office. You could vote for.
How old is RFK? Is he 70?
He's like 56 or whatever. Dude, he does more push-ups than you. Fact check. I will invite RFK on.
I can probably do more than he can.
What exactly happened to his voice? Right. Did you get that?
You know, a little P90X. Yeah, he got a disease. I did a video. He had a disease. I thought it's a long story. I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Because it's a little confusing. We'd love to have you on RFK to talk about it.
I need to see how many push-ups you can do.
Yeah, and I want to see. We'll finally get Forrest. Forrest will go on air to do.
No, I'm gonna wear
get a Deadpool mask. That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna wear Master Chief's helmet while I'm doing push-ups.
Yes, that's fine. Naked. That'll do it. Ooh, Forrest is tiny little white ass. I can't wait.
No.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining us today. You can follow us on X, the site formerly known as Twitter, at Zealots Podcast. Guys, our YouTube is fucking blowing up right now. Feel free to follow us at Zeitgeist Zealots on YouTube. These shorts are popping out and they are blowing up. We are currently shadow banned on TikTok. That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
I made a video about. I made a little short clip from last episode talking about Edo Adibiri being the latest member of the Illuminati. So I posted that video. And we got 0 views after that. I posted 5 videos, 0 views on every one of those videos after that. So
wow, yeah.
Shadow ban on TikTok. Yeah.
Wow.
Whoops, my bad.
0.
Which, by the way, if you just want to like fuel a conspiracy theory, that's how you do it. You shadow ban that conspiracy theory. That's how you gaslight America, one conspiracy theory at a time.
I'm Forrest.
Major.
Now I'm Robbie.